Hello viewers, today we are going to see about significant figures, the rules of significant figures. Okay. First point, all non-zero digits are significant. For example, 14.32. Here all the digits are non-zero. It is not zero. So here it has four significant figures. 1, 2, 3, 4. So first point is all non-zero digits are significant. So in this case 14.32, all the four are significant figures. Second point, all zeros between non-zero digits are significant. Thus 2000.08 kilometer has 6 significant figures because here we have 2 and then we have last we have 8, in between we have 4 zeros. Those 4 zeros has to be taken into account. So totally 1 2 3 4 5 6. So for this 2000.08 kilometer we have 6 significant figures. Next point, all zeros between the right of a non-zero digit but to the left of an understood decimal point are not significant. For example, 86400, that is 86,400. We assume that there is a decimal point. It is an assumed decimal point only. So these two zeros are not taken into account. We take only 864. That means the number of significant figures is only 3. So for this example 86400, it has 3 significant figures. But there is a special point we have to make a note. For example, the same thing, it is the output from a measuring system, say a practical system which gives an output, say a timer, start and stop. So when we start and then we stop, assume that it has gone for 86,400 seconds. So this output we see from the stopwatch. So this practical measurement is from stopwatch. In that case, you have to include these two zeros only. Two zeros also. Therefore, the significant figures for this is totally 5. So 86,400 seconds has 5 significant figures. But if it is not from some system, just a data of 86,400, then in that case it has only 3 significant figures. All zeros to the right of a non-zero digit but to the left of a decimal point are significant. For example, 648700 decimal point has 6 significant figures. So if you have a decimal point, these two zeros has to be included. That means 648700. So totally you have 6 digits. So it has 6 significant figures. Next point. All zeros to the right of a decimal point are significant. For example, 161 centimeter, 161.0 centimeter and 161.00 centimeter have, this is have 3 significant figures, this will have 4 significant figures, this will have 5 significant figures. So the point is, after the decimal point, if you have a 0, that is also taken into account. So for this case it has 4 significant figures, and for this case you have after decimal point you have 2 zeros. So in this case you have 5 significant figures, and for the first case just we have 161, so it has 3 significant figures. All zeros to the right of a decimal point but to the left of a non-zero digit are not significant. So two examples, 0.161 centimeter, here 0.0161 centimeter. So 161 is a non-zero digit. Here also 161 is a non-zero digit. But to the left of this non-zero digit we have 0, but after the decimal point. So if that is the case, these zeros are not taken into account. very commonly we used to put, if it is 0.161, we will put 0 here. Even if that is the case, this 0 is not taken into account. So for both the cases, we have only three significant figures. This 0 is not taken into account, this 0 and this 0 is not taken into account. That's the rule. The number of significant figures does not depend on the system of units. If you see, we have three examples. One is centimeter, another one is meter, another one is kilometer. The same data, 16.4 centimeter, equivalently can be written as 0.164 meter, and equivalently it can be written as 0.000164 kilometer. So here, whatever may be the units, here it is three significant figures. In the next case, this 0 is not taken into account. We have seen in the previous case itself, you will be having only three significant figures. In the previous rule, we already seen that these three zeros is not taken into account, because after the decimal point and even before the non-decimal, those zeros are not taken into account. So it has only three significant figures. But here what we try to stress is the system of units is different. Here we deal with centimeter, here it is meter and kilometer. So whatever may be the system of units, uh, the for this case it has only three significant figures. That is, the number of significant figures does not depend on the system of units. So it does not depend whether it is centimeter, meter or kilometer. It based on the previous rules. Same rules has to be applied. Hope you have understood this topic on significant figures. I have explained with some examples. Hope you have understood this topic. Thanks for watching this video. Nandri.